In our last video, I proved it to you that your mouse is lying. It hides bugs your keyboard instantly reveals. But here's the bigger problem. What if users can't even see the screen? If your site breaks for screen reader users, it's not just a bug. It's a lost customer, a failed test, and money slipping away. Today, I will show you how to use NVDA, a free screen reader, to uncover issues most developers and testers completely miss. Quick question: have you ever tested your website with a screen reader? Write your answers in the comments below. Millions of people rely on screen readers every single day. Not just blind users, but those with low vision, cognitive challenges, and yes, developers and testers like you. If your website is not accessible, people can't buy your product, and that's revenue lost. So let me ask, are you okay losing customers? Not because your product is bad, but because your website is unusable. Here's the good news. Learning NVDA is way simpler than you think. It's not about memorizing all keys. It's about mastering just a handful that give you maximum coverage. And we won't stop at the basics. I will show you how to switch between browse and form mode. Stop NVDA from reading when it's getting too chattery. Start reading from any point on the page. Activate links and buttons. Navigate tables, lists, and links. And finally, handle form navigation like a pro. But we will start with simple but essential shortcuts every tester must know. Tab or Shift Tab to move focus forward or backward. Arrow keys to read line by line. H to jump through your headings. D to jump through landmarks. Insert with F7 to see all links at once. Insert and space to switch between browse and focus mode. Pretty easy, right? Comment below which shortcut do you think will reveal the most issues on your website. But before we jump in, let's define what we are testing for. Every issue NVDA uncovers ties back to the exact WCAG 2.2 success criteria. And here's the checklist that we will be testing against. Page title announced for page title. Headings purpose and are they in the logical order for headings and labels, info and relationships. Are the landmarks like main, nav and banner used accurately under info and relationships? Buttons and links, do they describe their purpose under the link purpose for context? Does the forms have valid labels? Will be covered under labels or instructions or information and relationships. No duplicate or empty links for link purpose and name, role and value success criteria. And finally, we'll have live region announcement under the status messages. This is what makes screen reader testing so powerful. It's not random. It's mapped directly to WCAG 2.2 success criteria. Now here's my question. If we run NVDA screen reader on your site right now, would it pass or would it fail? Be honest. Drop pass or fail in the comments. Let's fire up our NVDA and test the sample page that I have created. And to further help you, the NVDA speech viewer window that you see on the right side is the actual text that is getting announced by NVDA. I have enabled it by default on launch. In case it's not appearing for you, the simplest way to do is go into your system tray.
Sony notificate over NVDA.
Right click, go to tools, and then select speech viewer. Let's press escape key.
Tool submenu, electronic products.
To further help you, I have installed a software to display which keyboard I'm pressing on the laptop. So if I'm pressing tab, you will see tab. If I'm pressing control, it will show the control key. If I'm pressing H, it will display H. So these are the couple of things that will help you better understand this video, like which keyboard key I'm pressing and what is getting announced by NVDA screen reader. So first thing first, we are gonna refresh our page, and the shortcut key for that is F5.
Electronic products skill sync. Clickable main landmark products pet.
So when we are starting from the top of the page, the very first thing that a screen reader must listen to is the page title. So I'm gonna refresh this page one more time, And let's have a listen together what NVDA is announcing.
Electronic products skills sing. Clickable main landmark products pagination navigation landmark list with 5 items link 2. Link 3. Link next out of list.
So it's announcing what is the page title, and then it announced how many items are there in the main landmark. That's our starting point. As a visual user, whenever you open up a new website, you scan that page by looking into the different headings of the page. And that's exactly what a screen reader also does. They press H keyboard key to jump from one heading to another to better understand the structure of the page. It builds a blueprint in their mind. I'm gonna press H now to jump from one heading to another. Let's have a listen.
Category level 6. Price range heading level 6. Brand heading level 6.
Now, if you're aware of the name, role, and value, look at the speech viewer output. It says what is the name, it says brand. What is the role, it's heading. And what is the value, it's level 6. So every element which is rendered in your DOM should have name, role, and value. Now, by using the H keyboard key, you can jump from one heading to another.
Main landmark products section banner landmark electronics products head iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 GB heading level 6.
And if I want to go back to the previous heading, I will say Shift plus H.
Section landmark electronics products heading level 4.
And you might have seen me pressing Control key, and that is to stop NVDA from reading it. I'll give you a quick example. I'm going to press Tab to go on to the next heading, and I'm going to press Control key to stop it further reading.
Main landmark.
See, the moment I pressed Control key, it stopped reading. I'm going to do it again.
Page. Skill sing accept back electron.
I'm going to press H, and then I will press Control key.
Clickable main landmark icon.
The moment I pressed Control, it stopped reading. So that's how, whenever you find that NVDA is reading gibberish value or you want to focus on the main content, press Control key to stop it from further reading. And in case you wanted to continue reading from where you stopped it, you can use Insert and down arrow key.
Heading level 6 iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 GB.
And this is how you can continue from where you stopped the last time. So to stop it was Control key press. To move or continue reading from where it stopped, it is Insert and down arrow key. Now, what if I want to jump from only one heading level, which is heading level 4, to another heading level 4? In that case, I'll make a combination of H plus number key 4. So let's have a listen together.
No nick level 4.
We do not have any other heading at level 4. Let's try H6.
Here, iPad Air 5th generation 64 Apple Watch Series 9 GPS, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Dell XPS 13 Plus laptop heading.
So this is how you can jump from one heading level to another. Similarly, a screen reader user will press D to jump from one landmark to another. So what all are the common landmarks? You have your banner, you have navigation tag, you have main section, you have a side, and you have footer. And in case you're making use of ARIA attributes and saying role region, that is also considered a landmark. So the shortcut key when it is NVDA is D. D as in Denmark. I'm going to press D.
Products pagination navigation landmark list with 5 items previous link.
Now, important thing to note here is it will announce that what kind of landmark it is. So it says products navigation landmark list with 5 items previous link. So it's announcing what that container contains, what that landmarks contains. I'm going to do Shift D to move back to the landmarks now.
Products section banner landmark electronics products heading level 4.
Now it says products section banner landmark electronic products heading level 4. Let's do Shift D again.
Product filters region filters heading level 5.
So it's talking about the filters on the left side. I'm going to do Shift D again.
Banner landmark navigation landmark eShop link.
So your top header is always announced as banner landmark. And then within that, we have a navigation landmark as well with eShop link, which is the logo. I'm going to press D to move forward.
Product filters region filters heading level 5.
So D is to move forward. Shift D is to move backwards.
Navigation.
and control key is to stop NVDA from reading it further. I'm going to press D and I'm going to interact with one of the components as part of that section. So let's press D.
Product filters, region filters, heading.
So assumingly I want to interact with the filters on the left side. What is the next key that I will do is to press tab key. So I'm going to use tab. My focus must move into the filters category.
Smartphones checkbox not checked, invalid entry.
So my focus moved into the first checkbox under the filters category and it announces it as a smartphone. It's a checkbox. The state is not checked. That's the value of this particular element. And it says invalid entry because I might have pressed add to cart on this page. Now look at this speech view. We have name, which is smartphones. We have role, which is a checkbox. We have the value, which says not checked. And it also says invalid entry. Remember, the pages that I have built have accessibility issues. These are not fully inclusive experiences. This is done to display what is the difference between a working example and a non-working example. Now I can tap forward to go through this checkbox.
Headphones checkbox not checked. Tablets checkbox not checked.
Now let's toggle the state of this checkbox. Let's have a listen together.
Check.
It says checked. Now with this, even though the electronics products on the right side, there are none, and there was a message that displayed at the top, ARIA Live is not implemented on this page. That's something that I'm covering on a separate page during this session. Let's uncheck.
Not checked.
It says not checked. Showing 20 products or showing 0 products should have been a part of an ARIA Live, making the live announcements. Now, one thing that we missed as part of the headings was to display all the headings at the same time. And the shortcut key for that is insert plus F7. So let's do that.
Elements list dialog. Tree view.
It displays all the links. This is the main menu, the dialog that appears. From here, you can change the selection. You can go for links, headings, all the form fields, all the buttons, and all the landmarks. So I'm using up arrow key to go through each of these elements.
Skip to main content type.
And I did shift tab to go into the radio button group. I'm gonna use the right arrow key. That's how you can toggle between the different radio buttons.
Headings radio button check Alt plus H.
I'm gonna use the right arrow key again.
Form fields radio button check Alt. Buttons radio button check Alt plus V.
Now this is the perfect example of why we need unique accessible names for elements present on our page. Look at this window. It only says add to cart. I'm going to use down arrow key now.
Landmarks rate. Buttons rate.
I'm going to use tab key to go into that section.
Tree view. Search products 1 of 21 level 0.
I'm going to use down arrow key.
Add to cart 2 of 21 level. Add to cart 3 of 21. Add to cart 4 of.
The only thing that we are listening to is add to cart. But which product are we going to add to cart? That's missing. This is where providing a unique accessible name is important. It should say add to cart iPhone 15 Pro Max 256 GB. This is the significance of providing unique identifier for your content or buttons that are repetitive on your page. So far, we have covered how to jump from one heading to another, how to jump from one landmark to another, how to see all the links, all the headings, form fields and buttons using insert plus F7 shortcut key. Next, let's press L key to jump from one list to another, and for that I'm going to press L.
Products pagination navigation landmark list with 5 items previous link.
Now the navigation list that we have on this page is built using the LI tags. To go to the next list item, I'm going to press I.
1 link, 2 link, 3 link, next link.
So to jump to the next list, it is L. To go to the next list item, it is I. Next, let's go from one graphic to another. So one image to another. And for that, I'm going to press G.
No next graphic.
Since we are at the bottom of the page, it says no next graphic. I'm going to press Shift and G.
Amazon Kindle Paperwhite e-reader graphic. GoPro Hero 11 Black Action Camera graphic. MetaQuest 3 VR headset graphic.
This is why it is important to understand why only informative images must have a meaningful alternate text. If you start adding alternate text to every single image on the page, even though it is decorative, there will be a lot of images that a screen reader user has to go through. Second best practice is to not to have a keyword which says image or image of, because as you can see on your screen within the NVDA speech viewer, it always ends with the keyword graphic, giving a good indication to a screen reader user that this is a graphic. Next, let's jump from one link to another. And to do that, you can use U for unvisited links.
Products pagination navigation landmark list with 5 items previous link.
I will press U again.
1 link, 2 link, 3 link.
And if I have to check what all are the visited links on this page, for that I will press V.
No next visited link.
Since we are at the end of the page, I'm going to press Shift V.
Banner landmark nation landmark list with 6 items products visited link.
So it announces visited link in the end. Again, a good information for a screen reader user to differentiate between unvisited and visited. But what if you want to jump from one link to another, no matter whether it's visited or not? You press K.
My cart link, my profile link, sale link, main landmark products pagination navigation landmark list with 5 items previous link.
Let's go to the top of the page, and from that point onwards, we are going to use the tab keys and the shift tab keys and see how we can invoke or trigger the functionality by pressing the enter and spacebar. So let's go to the top of the page. The shortest key, the hack I would say, is to find the first heading on the page, and that's usually H1. But on this page, because this page is not built with accessibility in mind and is done intentionally, I'm going to do Shift H4.
Amazon products section banner landmark electronics products heading level 4.
I'm going to press tab now.
Products section banner landmark combo box grouped by new arrivals collapse.
I need you to pay a close attention when I'm moving my focus away from this drop down into the left section. You might have heard a subtle sound effect. Let me refresh this page so that the point is more clear.
Electronic product.
This is where I'm going to explain what is the difference between browse mode versus forms mode. Browse mode is the default mode of any screen reader. Browse mode means you can navigate through the entire page using different shortcut keys. It starts from your page title and continues reading the page until you press Ctrl key. From that point onwards, if you're pressing H, it goes to the next heading on the page. If you press D, it jumps to the next landmark on the page. If you're pressing K, it is going to the next link on the page. Now that changes the moment you enter into a form. Now what are form elements? You have your text boxes, radio button groups, check boxes, drop downs. You will hear a subtle sound effect that comes into the picture the moment you enter the forms mode. To demonstrate that, let's go ahead and start tabbing only. Let's press tab to demonstrate the difference between browse mode and the forms mode. I'm going to tab now.
Electronic products skill sync document banner landmark list with 6 items login link products visited link my cart link my profile link sale link search products edit search for electronics products.
You heard that subtle sound the moment I switched from my profile into this text box. If not, I'm gonna do shift tab so that we can have a listen again.
Banner landmark navigation landmark list with 6 items sale link.
I'm gonna press tab key to come into the search for electronics products text box. Pay close attention to the sound effect.
Search products edit search for.
The sound effect that was played at the beginning is an indication that now you are into a text box. If you press any of the keys like H, K, D, those will not work. They will not, when I say not work, they will not take you to the next heading, landmark, or a link. In fact, it will start typing those values in this text box. Okay, so that's the difference between browse mode and your forms mode. You can escape the forms mode by doing the shift tab, coming out of that element, and once you do that, again it will play a subtle sound giving you a good clue that now you're in the browse mode. And then when you press H key, it will go to the next heading on the page. Now let's continue doing shift tabs. Let's go to shift H. I'm going to do shift tab. Let's go from the beginning of the page, which says skip to main content. This is actually the first actionable element that should appear on a page so that you can bypass repetitive content in your header. I'm going to press tab.
Banner landmark, navigation landmark, eShop link. List with 6 items, sign up link.
Now it says a list with 6 items and then says sign up link. However, visually we only see 5 links. The 6th one, I have done it intentionally. I have hidden it from a visual user. And this is where you will report this as a violation, saying a screen reader is announcing it as 6 versus 5. Now to trigger this, you simply have to press enter because it's a link. You cannot use your spacebar key. Now I'm going to press enter even though I don't have any page which says sign up. Let's go back to the previous page.
Electronic.
I'm going to press tab.
Banner products visited link.
I just want to show the one that is hidden.
Sale link.
It says sale link even though that's not visually available on the page. And that's a violation. Let's get into the filters. On the left side we have controls, or rather I have a page that we can demo and use it for the form elements. Let's navigate to the next page where I have form, I have tables, I have lists and links that we can navigate. So here I'm going to press S and we will get navigated to a new page.
SkillSync accessibility resources. Banner landmark link SkillSync home. Primary navigation landmark list with 3 items.
I pressed Control to stop NVDA from further reading my entire page. But again, to stress on the point of the importance of page title, it lets the user know on which page the user is currently on. Okay, on this page, we have form, we have table. I'll go over the table first. To go to the table, the shortcut key is T.
Clickable main landmark table with 5 rows and 4 columns. Row 1, column 1, video name.
Now look at the NVDA speech viewer. It says table with 5 rows and 4 columns. Row 1, column 1, video name. It says where my current virtual focus is. And from this point onwards, I have to use a combination of keys, and that's Control, Alt, and up or down, left or right. It depends where I want to move within the table. So let's begin with Control, Alt, and right.
Column 2 views.
I'm going to do the right arrow key again.
Column 3 likes.
Now from this moment, if I want to come down into the rows, I will do Control, Alt, and down arrow key.
59.
The moment I did that, it announced which row we are in. If I do it again,
Row 3, 108.
it says row 308. Because we have already selected the column in which we want to navigate down the rows, it's not announcing the column header again. But if I switch my column, if I go into the comments, it should announce the column header. So let's do that. Control, Alt, right arrow key.
Comments column 423.
It says comments column 423. I'm going to use the Alt, Control, and left.
Likes column 3, 108. Views column 2, 3960. Video name column 1, ARIA label VS ARIA label at What you must know for accessibility.
So this is how you have to navigate. First of all, press T to jump from one table to another. Once you are into the table, use the combination of Control, Alt, up, down, left, right keys to navigate the table cells. Now it's time to go into the sample form. And what are the basic HTML elements present in the form? D.
Primary navigation landmark. Site search main landmark SkillSync. Form sign up for updates heading level 3.
Now we are into the sign up for updates heading level 3. This is the form region that I have. Now I'm going to press F.
Email address start grouping. Enter your email edit required.
So F is the shortcut key to go to the next form field. I'm going to press F again.
Topics of interest start grouping. Web accessibility checkbox not checked required. Invalid entry.
So it's again calling out name, which is topics of interest with star. I have not given ARIA label for star, which is usually required. It says it's a grouping And then it says web accessibility checkbox, the first checkbox that is part of this group. And what is the value? It says not checked, required, invalid entry. Don't worry about invalid entry. That's the wrong impression that I have given for this form using aria invalid equals true. To interact with the form elements, I'm going to do shift tab to go to the previous input element.
Main landmark. Sign up for updates form landmark.
The moment I used shift tab, you heard the subtle sound effect. Again, going into the form mode, it announces what is the input field. Now, I'm not going to enter data into this. Let's press tab.
Crossmark email is a required field.
And this is the ARIA live announcement I wanted to show you. I didn't enter the data, but it says email is a required field. It was thrown, the error was thrown right away. And then it announced topics of interest. I'm going to do tab now.
Accessibility testing.
To make a selection for a checkbox, you have to use spacebar key to make the selection. Or if you want to do the enter key,
Checked.
enter key also works. Let's go on to the radio button group.
Contact method start. Email radio button not checked required invalid entry 1 of 2.
Now, what is the rookie mistake that a person getting started with web accessibility testing does is they press tab and they expect that their focus will go onto the phone radio button. But that's not the reality. You have to use left or right arrow keys to change the selection.
Email radio button.
You can also use up or down to change the selection. But pressing tab
How often?
will take you to the next input field on that page. So please take a note of how to interact with radio button groups. Then you have your drop down. It already announced what is the accessible name. It says how often would you like to receive updates? Combo box, select an option, collapsed. So it's saying it is a combo box. The first field is select an option. What is the current state? It is collapsed. And it says required field, again invalid data here. I'm gonna to open this, I can either press spacebar key.
Space. Expanded list. Select an option 1 of 4.
The moment I did that, it says expanded, and before that says you pressed space, then expanded, then it's a list, select an option 1 of 4, giving you every information that you as a screen reader would need to understand how many items are there in this list. I'm going to use down arrow key to navigate.
Weekly not selected 2 of 4. Monthly not selected 3 of 4.
Now it says not selected, so let's make a selection for monthly.
Space.
Let's make a selection by pressing the enter key.
How often would you like to receive updates? Combo box monthly collapsed required.
Now, the moment I selected monthly, it's announcing the linked label again. What is the type of this element? What is this selected value? Now, I'm going to press the spacebar key again to navigate through the list.
Space. Expanded list.
Now, look at this. Monthly, which is already selected, is not having not selected. So, I'm going to use down arrow key to differentiate it.
Quarterly not selected 4 of.
It says quarterly not selected. But for the one that we previously selected, was not having selected as the keyword. Now I can close this combo box by pressing the escape key. I'm going to press escape now.
How often would you like to receive updates?
And this is the expected behavior that when you press escape key, the element which was in focus should be selected by default. That's how combo boxes or drop downs usually work. Now we have chat with Param on the bottom right side, and that's floating button. To access that, I have to use a shortcut key. I will use D, our favorite friend for landmarks, to jump to that region. Let's have a listen.
Complementary landmark related resources. Chat with Param region speech balloon chat with Param button.
So now I know I'm in a region which says chat with Param region. If I press enter, it should trigger chat with Param functionality. There are issues. It's not announcing whether it's in the expanded state or not. But this is how you go from one region to another, like floating action buttons on a page. Let's look at the different links on this page. I'm going to move this speech viewer on the right side a little, or in the middle. I'm going to go to a link. So for link, our shortcut key was K.
Content info landmark privacy and term.
and do Shift K.
Main landmark complementary landmark list with 3 items. Top 50 Web 11Y tester interview question. Aria good BS bad. JAWS BS and
This is the success criteria that we were testing for, that the link purpose should be clear from the link text itself. So these are saying JAWS versus NVDA hotkeys, ARIA good versus bad support, and then you have top 50 accessibility tester interview questions. If I would have used click here, read more without providing proper context, that would have failed our success criteria of 244 link purpose. In this video, we covered page title by listening to the different page titles on 2 different pages. We covered different headings, whether they are defined and are in the right logical order. We also covered different landmarks like main, navigation, banner, ARIA, using role region for chat with Param. We also cover different buttons and links, whether they are describing their purpose or not. We also navigated the forms. Do they have proper form labels or not? We also checked for descriptive link names and then the ARIA live announcement for the email address that we entered, that we did not enter. Here's your challenge. Download NVDA, turn it on, and try completing just one task on your website without looking at the screen. Can you do it smoothly or do you get lost right away? Comment below what you found. I always reply to your comments. So here's the key takeaways. Automated plugins catch some issues. Keyboard testing takes it further, but screen reader testing is the ultimate test. Next time, I will show you how VoiceOver on Mac works and why multiple screen readers are essential. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss a new video from SkillSync channel. This is Param Singh, signing off.